Hey, welcome to 2022, and I'm starting out this video with a bang. It's a gorgeous and beautiful day, and I'm heading to some antique malls, and who knows what's in store for the rest of this week and for the year coming up. So excited for both. My first stop of the week for thrifting was the South Tacoma Antique Mall. I can't believe I've already been here twice in just 1 month. I love the color of that amberina glass, but it just doesn't sell in my area or in my store. But look at that. Wouldn't you kill to have a punch bowl like that? And these were really pretty. And they have the whole set. Although the price on these was really good, there was only 4 of them, so I put them back. This mid-century modern cork ball pencil holder caught my eye because I follow Amanda's Mercantile. That's really a fun channel, and she had picked a couple of those up a few weeks ago. And then, as always, I was enamored with the rustic hippo. This is her stall. And again, just beautifully curated. So I had to take a peek. And then, this is so funny. We have that same exact cabinet in the store. And although it's for sale, it's been very useful to use for all of the barware that we have. And we also have a set of lamps very similar to these. And that Harlequin print. Actually, it's not even a print. It's on this really hard board. What I don't have is that double oval mirror. I would kill for that. And this was really cool. So although I didn't buy this mid-century modern ballerina, I may go back for her. I just sold a mid-century modern nude that was very similar to this for $128 on eBay. This little vase was 50% off, so it cost me $5, and it had the little tray, so I could not leave that one behind. This very boho side table was only $60. I don't have room in the store at the moment, but the next time I'm there, if they still have it, I'm gonna snag that. And I thought these were really cool. I wasn't willing to pay $8 for them, but if I was buying for myself personally, I probably would have. And I also left this little brass box behind. I think it says Beijing, China, but it was really old, and I debated super hard on it. So pretty. I did nab this ceramic stool because these are great for plant stands. They don't take up a lot of room in the store, and I have sold every single one I've ever picked up. So this is another one of Rustic Hippo's booths. I think she has like 3 booths. Really cool stuff. And I actually had to go back. Just wait for it. It'll come up in just a minute. This is another favorite seller of mine. She also has multiple booths in the mall. And even though the way she has things merchandised isn't as beautifully aesthetic as the Rustic Hippo, I do always walk away with something. Like that blue Bakelite bangle. So blue Bakelite is one of the rarest Bakelite colors that you can find, and I had to test it, and even now I'm kind of unsure, but it did test for Bakelite. And I thought these bark cloth curtains were really neat, but there wasn't a price on them and she wasn't around, so always make sure you have your items priced. So I thought these were the prettiest shade of blue. I couldn't leave them behind because they were only priced at $15. What a steal. I've always wanted one of these pieces. They're all hand beaded from the last turn of the century. And this is what I went back to the Rustic Hippo booth for, this fossil messenger bag. Isn't that amazing? And this one I'm keeping for myself, and she gave me a great deal of $59 for it. Later that week, I headed down to Olympia on this beautiful, beautiful Friday. And I was going to take you into some different stores I hadn't taken you to before, but they were closed on a Friday. Oh well, there was still my favorite stop, the Bread Peddler, where I had a wonderful, or 3 cups of coffee, this raspberry tart, and homemade vegetable soup, while I perused the books I brought with me, which were all about France. This one is so much fun. I got this as a Christmas present a couple of years ago for my daughter, all in anticipation of my trip in June. And it was such a beautiful day. What a great day to just hang out in a cafe before I hit my next thrifting stop. Ooh, a nut dish. Very mid-century modern. And even though I didn't have a big cart, it was filling up fast. These carnival glasses were so pretty. And that jadeite was pretty, but it was a reproduction. Hey, I'm coming to you from the store because, I got tired of all the stuff that I've picked up over the last week, just sitting in my apartment. So I brought it all to the store, and before I put it out on the floor, I want to show you what I found. So I took a trip to the Seattle Pike Place Market. I just had so much fun there. I didn't have an agenda. I didn't have a time schedule. I just wandered around and I enjoyed all of the vendors, and I was kind of looking for just, I don't know, some little Christmas gifts for myself, and I did find a couple of little things, but I also found some items for the store. So let's see. So we do a big business in salt and pepper shakers, especially novelty ones. And so there's a store that has been there forever. I can't even tell you what the name is, but they have like 5,000 salt and pepper shakers. And the guy that was staffing the store gave me an amazing deal. They had a half price sale, but I told him that if I bought 10, would he give them to me for $6? And he said yes. So I got these. They're like little dogs that are chefs, and I got these kind of, I know lots of people don't like clowns, but I thought they were cute and I love the color of them. I got these little celluloid kitties in green. They're so cute. I got these horses on these barrels, and I'm going to say the majority of these were made in Japan. I had mentioned in a previous video that Japan was a huge manufacturer of like novelty items, porcelain items, Halloween decor, Christmas decor, pottery, ceramics. So when you see made in Japan, they're typically going to be vintage. I'm going to say these ones are probably from, gosh, I don't know, maybe the 50s, maybe the 60s, but super cute.
I got these little Scotty dogs that are just adorable. These aren't nearly as old, but dogs are always a huge favorite with people. And then I also got like these little bears that are dressed as, they look like little soldiers. So cute. The other thing that we've had really good luck with are butter pat dishes. So butter pat dishes, let me show you what they are. They're little tiny plates that look like this. And this is called hotelware. And they call it or even they call it, sometimes they'll call it restaurant ware or hotelware. And they call it that because hotels used to buy these in large quantities because they are so heavy. They're almost indestructible. Look how thick these are. And so they come in a variety of patterns, and I just love them. It used to be you couldn't give these away, but these are actually getting harder and harder to find. I can't even remember the last time I saw any at a thrift store. Like, look at this design. Isn't that pretty? And then these are ironstone, and these are really cool. And so basically they're designed so they would put you could put little pats of butter, and each person would have their individual butter pat. So they had a ton of these, and they had them in a box, and I asked what they were doing with them, and he said that they were putting them into storage because they weren't selling. And so I offered $40 for the whole box, and I think I wound up with 41 butter pats. So basically a tiny bit less than $1 a piece. And I will price these at anywhere between $3 to $4. And I think the reason why they hadn't sold them was because they were asking, like, this one's $12. I mean, this one's only $5. But they were asking anywhere between $5 and $12 a piece, and that's really a lot for a butter pat. But anyways, I love these. I got 40 of them. I'm so happy to be buying them in bulk. I was back down in Olympia, and I got some great stuff there. I found this really cool box with this Egyptian eye on it. It looks like an eye of the pharaoh. Isn't that cool? And I haven't even opened it up. What does it look like? It's just a plain box. But like I said, we saw a ton of boxes, so I'm always happy to pick one up. I found this vintage LL Bean Fair Isle sweater. Isn't that beautiful? So cool, so thick. It is wool, so it's kind of itchy, but I guess you would wear a shirt underneath it. I found this vintage belt. Wow, is that not so boho? That is so cool. It's leather, and it's got like these bone bead accents. I just see like this total hippie chick coming into the store and snagging this and wearing it with like a long denim dress or kind of a long hippie peasant dress. So cute. So I don't know if you caught the video where I had pointed out several items at the 5th Street Antique Mall in Olympia, but that's where I went, and I wound up, just as promised, buying some of the items that I had pointed out that I had left behind the last time, including this super cool trophy cup on a base. It is really neat. I love it. I never ever find trophy cups in my area. So it was $18, but I bought several items, and I think like the total on all of my items was like $165. So she gave them to me for $145. So I'll show you the other items in just a minute because they're much bigger. I also picked up from the 5th Street Antique Mall this vintage 1960s gravel art. So isn't that cool? It's got a hummingbird on it and these flowers, and basically that's all gravel. A while back, I picked up one that had, God, what was on there? I think it was like a peacock, and that one sold within a week. So this one isn't nearly as big or as elaborate. I paid $15 for it, but I think we could sell this online, and I think we would put maybe $45 on it. From there, I also picked up a bunch of vintage purses, including several Coach purses. So this one is worn, it's weathered, it's used, but I think the patina is what makes it so attractive. It's just like this really small little briefcase. It would be perfect for an iPod, or not an iPod, an iPad. And then this one, I had to look really hard, but this is also a vintage Coach in this navy blue. So great deals on these, and just a bunch of other ones. Like, this is only a small pile. Look at this one, needlepoint with beads on it. And then this one is super cool. Look at that. That is so cool. That's going to be going online. And then look at that. Is that the prettiest thing you've ever seen? That is so sweet. I'm going to say probably from the 1960s. And then this one is just, I don't think this one's very old, but it's acrylic. Look at that. That is so cool. I love it. And then look at this one. That is so kitschy. It's so kitschy, it's chic. Look at that, with honeybees and flowers. I also picked up these hiking boots. They're vintage. I don't know the age. I mean, they look vintage to me, but my gosh, they look like they haven't even been worn. I don't know. Anyways, I love the look of them. I feel like I had a pair almost just like this when I was a teenager, so it kind of reminded me of that. And then the other item I picked up quite a few pieces of clothing, but I'm only going to show you this one. I know it's not summer, but look at this mini dress. Isn't that just absolutely gorgeous? All this detail on it. And this one is vintage. I'm gonna say it's probably, I don't know, it could be the 60s. The tag kind of looks like the 70s to me, but it is so cool. It's so chic. It's got the chiffon built-in scarf that ties in the back. Love it. Just absolutely love it. I hit the South Tacoma Antique Mall and I picked up these pieces of earthenware pottery. I especially really like this one. It is heavy, but this one's also really beautiful and it's got a little tray with it. And I think I paid like $5 a piece. We've been doing so well with earthenware that I'm always on the hunt for it. I also picked up 2 boxes. This one is a Florentine box. You can always spot them because they're always gold or colored, shiny paint on them. This one has a scene on the front, and I think this one was only like $5. And then this one I thought was very unusual. It kind of looks like a burl bowl box. I try to say that like 3 times fast, but look how unusual it is. The lid just lifts completely off and it looks like somebody made it, but they did a really good job, and it's very rustic and it's really unique, so I had to grab this one. And then my last stop of the week was at the Goodwill right before I got to the store, so let me show you what I found there. I found this really cool cut. I think you could use it for candy, you could use it for nuts, but this mid-century modern tray, and then the outside kind of looks like it's supposed to look like wood. So I thought this was very unusual, very mid-century, and I paid $2.99, so that was a good deal there. And I paid $2.99 for this. So along the lines of pottery, I also found this beautiful bowl. Isn't that pretty? It's signed on the bottom, and I paid $2.99 for it. And this one, isn't that so sweet? It's so pretty. This is from Mexico, and I've never seen this design before, but I really thought it was pretty amazing. And it is also signed by the artist, and on this one I paid $3.99. I also picked up these pottery pieces. So this one is super, super heavy, but I love it. It's just this rustic matte black finish. And I'm gonna see if I can find a succulent or something to put in here, maybe like a little topiary. And I paid $4.99 for this one. This one would be great for like sauces on a table. Isn't that cool, with this long handle? And it's not marked, but I would say somebody probably made it in, you know, on their pottery wheel. And this one I paid $3.99 for. So I hope you enjoyed this haul and coming along with me to the store. If you find yourself out thrifting this week, I hope that the thrifting gods are with you and you find some fabulous stuff. And otherwise, I will see you next week.